Okay guys, we have a little bit of a haul. I'm sorry if my voice changes throughout the video. I am battling my allergies right now and they are fighting back. So I'm sorry in advance. Okay, the first book we have is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories by Washington Irving. I bought a couple of like spooky classics just because I want to read them now that it's like spooky season. So this one, we know the Headless Horseman and all that stuff, so I'm excited. I got these at Books A Million and they're like $5.55 or 5 something like that. So I got a couple of them. Then we've got Carmilla, which she is like the first vampire. She's like the vampire we had before Dracula, even though most people usually like know Dracula and think that he's the first vampire. But Carmilla came before him. This is also one of these editions. It's a very small book, so very easy to read during the fall. Just a good little quick classic to throw in there. Then we also picked up A Christmas Carol. We all know this one. Scrooge, The Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. Tiny Tim, you know. This one was also there for the same price, and it's like a very small one, and I do want to read it during Christmas. This one's just A Christmas Carol alone. Usually they have them like the big ones with like a whole bunch of other Charles Dickens stories, but I just exclusively wanted A Christmas Carol, so I got it, and I'm excited to read it in December during Christmas. Then when I was buying those three, I was with my boyfriend and we were looking at these editions of the Shakespeare books. It's the Signet Classics, and I do collect these. And then he was talking about this book and he's like, how have you not read it? Like, this is what you need to read like ASAP, which I'm not reading it ASAP, but I got it because he said I needed it. And it is Julius Caesar by Shakespeare. I've never read it. He says it's the best Shakespeare novel. I don't know. And then he's like, oh, girls really just don't think about the Roman Empire every day. You remember like on TikTok, and I was like, you ask your boyfriend, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Apparently often, and not I, but apparently he does. So we got Julius Caesar. All I know is that he was like, what, a king, an emperor? What was he? An emperor. There we go. Then we've got The Chronicles of Narnia. I've seen everybody and their mother like reading these books, so like I wanted to read them, and I know everybody's read them and I haven't read them, so you know, it was kind of sad, kind of tragic. So we have The Magician's Nephew, which is book 1. Oh no. Book 2 is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I've only seen the movie like once, but I saw Books with Chloe. She was reading it with, I think, Kevin and Caitlin, and I was like, I've never read it. So I was like, I think I'm gonna read it, and I told my coworker and she's like, girly, let's read them together. So we both got them. Then we have The Horse and His Boy, which is book 3. We have Prince Caspian. I almost said Gaspian. Prince Caspian. The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which is book 5, and then The Silver Chair, which is book 6, and then last but not least, The Last Battle. So I'm excited to read them. Sorry, my allergies are actually just kicking my butt. Then we have In the Company of Witches, which I'm like so excited to read because we're literally in like spooky season. Like, it's giving Salem. It doesn't say it's in Salem, it just says in a sleepy New England town. So I'm excited to read it. It's about witches. Someone dies in their B&B, and then one of them has the power to speak to the dead, and like she's scared to use it after her husband died because, you know, she's like, I left that side away. But her aunt is getting accused for the murder, so she's like, I need to do this, you know? So I'm excited. There's just 2 books, which kind of sucks because usually like these cozy mysteries have like 30 books in a series. This one just has 2, but that's okay. It's fine. Then when I was talking with my coworker about Narnia, she's like, girl, I just finished reading this. She's like, I know they're kids books, but like I love them. So she told me to read them, so I bought them, and it is the his Dark Materials series by Philip Pullman. It's just 3 books. I bought the box set on Amazon for all 3 of them. And then we have The Golden Compass, which is the first one. I want to read them just because it's a series, so like I want to see the series afterwards. She says that the books are better than the series, which is normal, so we'll see. I do still want to do both. And then we have The Subtle Knife, which is book 2, and lastly The Amber Spyglass. Very exciting, very nice. And then my sister-in-law got me A Month of Sundays by Courtney Peppernell, which I'm very excited. I do enjoy Courtney Peppernell's books. I've read a good amount. I think I have like 3 of hers. We have them here. We have Pillow Thoughts Volume 1, because I know Pillow Thoughts has like 3 or 4 volumes. We have Watering the Soul and Time Will Tell. Is that it? Maybe. I think that's all we have with Courtney Peppernell. So I have 3 of her books, and then now with this one 4. I enjoy her books just because she does talk about like mental health and like sadness that just isn't like relationship focused, because like yeah, relationships can make you sad like once you break up and stuff like that, but like that's not the only source of like sadness humans have. Like we have like mental health, grief, family, like loss of friends, you know what I mean, like fighting with your family and all that stuff. So I enjoy that. Not that I'm fighting with my family. I love my family. I have a great relationship with my family, but I like when it's not just all about like breakups, because that's not the only reason people are sad, you know. So the Table of Promises is: sit with darkness, take the time, find perseverance, value the clarity, accept the growth, let love in, practice self-compassion, hope for tomorrow, and then your promises. So it's just very exciting. And then we have this little creature. He's just there with us. He's following us along the way. So it's a nice one. And then my boyfriend got me Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. I know that it's like serial killers that fall in love with each other, and they're serial killers that kill serial killers. But I'm going to read the back to you. It says, the viral Friends to Lovers dark romantic comedy full of murder, chaos, and sizzling chemistry. Every serial killer needs a friend. Every game must have a winner. When a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers Sloane and Rowan, they find something elusive. The friendship of 2 like-minded pitch-black souls who just happen to enjoy killing other serial killers. From small-town West Virginia to upscale California, and from downtown Boston to rural Texas, the 2 hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something more, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound love. Can Rowan and Sloane dig themselves out of a game of graves, or have they finally met their match? Like, I'm so excited. Like, I love like serial killer stuff, like documentaries. That sounds kind of weird and morbid. I like to learn. Not that that's okay. I don't think serial killers are okay, and it would be better if we didn't have those documentaries, but sadly we do. And I love watching like Criminal Minds, Law and Order SVU, and like all that stuff. So this is like, yeah. I heard book 2 isn't as good. Hopefully I still enjoy it, but I am excited. And my friends and I decided to start a book club. We'll probably choose one book every month and a half. Maybe every month, maybe every 2 months. Hopefully every month, but if not, you know, because we're all busy and stuff. But this is the book club book of the month. And then we're gonna meet up, I think, next weekend to like bedazzle it, like obviously like the little extra stuff, not like the whole black stuff, but like the stuff in pink and purple. That's probably what we're gonna do, and like the name, but we'll see. And if we do bedazzle it, I'll show it to you guys so you can see it. Then I bought Summer Romance by Abigail Monaghan, and this is about a single mom who just like has been like living her life, and then she goes somewhere for the summer, I think, and she falls in love with this guy, and it's just like a summer romance, you know what I mean? She's been single, she's like, why not, you know? So I'm excited. Everyone says Abigail Monaghan's books are really good, so I'm just excited to like read them and see if I enjoy them, and just, you know, go along with it. It is not summer anymore, so I don't know if I'm going to read this anytime soon, just because now I am in the mood for spooky books and like seasonal books, so maybe this one won't be read anytime soon, but we'll see. Maybe we do. Then we have Flawless by Elsie Silver. He is a bull rider, but he's like creating drama in like the media. So her dad is his manager, and he puts her to like, I guess, make sure he's like following the rules, and obviously they fall in love. So it's a little, I guess, not cowboy romance, but like cowboy in a way, because he's a bull rider. So I'm excited. I have started it. I am on chapter 3, so I do want to continue it. This is a book I do want to continue soon. Then we got King of Wrath by Anna Hong. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. I'm gonna read this to you guys. It says, she was my North Star, the brightest jewel in my sky. Ruthless, meticulous, arrogant, billionaire CEO Dante Russo thrives on control, both personally and professionally. He never planned to marry until the threat of blackmail forces him into an engagement with a woman he barely knows. Vivian Lau, jewelry heiress and daughter of his newest enemy, the wife he never wanted, and the weakness he never saw coming. It doesn't matter how beautiful or charming she is. Dante will do everything in his power to destroy the blackmail and their betrothal. There's one problem. Now that he has her, he can't bring himself to let her go. And then elegant, ambitious, well-mannered. Vivian Lau is the perfect daughter and her family's ticket into the highest echelons of society. Marrying a blue-blooded Russo means opening doors that would otherwise remain closed to her new money parents. While the rude, elusive Dante isn't her idea of a dream partner, she agrees to their arranged marriage out of duty. Craving his switch was never part of the plan. Neither was the worst possible outcome, falling in love with her future husband. So I'm excited. I know this is like supposed to be like the 7 deadly sins in the books. Yeah, Kings of Sins. So I'm excited. I'm excited to read it and see what happens. And then we've got this series, which I'm assuming is called the Sunken City series. I'm not 100% sure. So we have The Sunken City by Emma B.R. Noyes. Honestly, these books, like the covers, beautiful. Whoever designed them needs a raise. Needs a raise. I kept seeing these books on TikToks. The second one is The Fallen Witch. And then the third one is giving like Under the Sea Arabian Nights, and it's War of Shadows. I kept seeing these books on TikTok, and I kept sending them to my boyfriend, and he got them for me. Bless his soul. And it is a book about this girl. She's an orphan. These pirates find her. They keep her. So she grew up as a pirate. There's one day a storm. She falls into the water, into the deep, and she comes across this like underwater world. And then the king there is like, I'm your father. So now she's a princess, and she's like, what is this? Like, I've always known to be a pirate, like, you know. And then there's magic in this world, but the king is against it, and she realizes she has magic in her. So she's like trying to like traverse through all of this, and she's like, what's going on? Like, I was a pirate like not that long ago. And then there's these 2 brothers, a good one and an evil one, which is given like Damon and Stefan, and like Conrad and Jeremiah, which we love, we stan. And then she just has to figure out her life, and I'm guessing she does that between books 1, 2, and 3. And in 3 she figures it out. Obviously I'm not gonna read what the rest of them say, but yeah. And then we have Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. This is the last book we have in this haul. This is the second book in the Rebel Blue Ranch novel. I finished Done and Dusted this month, and I loved it. So I was like, I need Swift and Saddled. I heard Swift and Saddled isn't as good as Done and Dusted, which I hope it is. So this is about her brother, Wyatt, and his interior designer for like this like project they're starting. So I'm excited. I'm excited to read it and just, you know, have a little like cowboy romance, because why not, you know. So I want to read these soon, just because the summer is ending and it's September, you know what I mean. We want spooky reads, but we also want this book, so we might be reading this one soon. And that was it for this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's not that many books. It's like 20 something books, I think, which is still like a good amount, but it's nothing crazy. I have been trying to be more like picky when I buy books, because I don't want to buy books and have them here for like forever and then be like, yeah, I don't really want to read it anymore. So that's what we're trying to do now. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.